Alright. Let me just leave match, so... In fact... I might argue that deck stance might be... But I'm gonna show pack stance first. So, why is Magyar so good, basically? This is what I'm going to be talking about. Well, I want to talk about... Oh, let's just get that. That frame drop is not good. That would be the right spot. Alright. So Greatsword Hammer is this weapon combo. And honestly, it's a great one. So, as you can see, they got rid of Dare Nair for the most part. But, on Greatsword in the most recent patch. But if you take an opponent to, let's say, 190, and they're 6 defense, I'm gonna do the 6 defense legends, so... That's 3 frames, right there. But if you hit... I think it might be a 5x combo. No, it's a 3x. So, at 180, you'll notice it's 2 frames. But, like you saw me hit Dare Nair true. It's true from 190 up until, I think, 210, maybe? No. 220? I want to double check. 230. Legendary. I think it's 230 if it's not. Okay. Messed up. Okay. I think you get sent too high. Yeah, you get sent too high for Dare Nair after 220. So, keep in mind, it's still there, just not good. Recovery kills at 180. Godlike. Just keep that in mind. So those are the 2 things to keep in mind about Greatsword now. They have nerfed to those, but this legend has stuff like you can go D-Light side, do D-Light side sig, or D-Light side light, which I did really slowly. You'll notice that. I need 9 frames for that. That is significant. For a Greatsword, you can just go like that, and it's fine. But, like, you noticed how... So here, watch this. You notice how long I held that. And you'll notice that I'm getting like 12 frames for holding it for a long time. That was 3. That's 2. So you'll notice 1 frame. This can be held for a pretty long time. Longer than Mako. Probably about as long as Thor. If not slightly longer. So like, Koji and Mako have like shorter times, and Thor and Magyar have the longer times on that SIG. The SIG, really good. And SIG, really good if you know how to use it. And those are his Greatsword SIGs. His Hammer SIGs, that's really, like, you can set up for a bait with this. Or you can go off stage if you know they're gonna do stuff. Side sig, it's slower than I thought. I thought this was this would be as fast as sig, but it's actually, I think it's slowest. This is a good anti-air. True combos into N-Sig out of D-Light. N-Sig, D-Light N-Sig, you have to space it weirdly. Like, you have to either be inside or like as you can see, you have to be like slightly in front of them as well. That's like a very short range, but like if you hit here, 2 frame. If you hit here, misses. If you hit here, misses. Hit here, 3 frame. So keep that in mind. At low damage, that's where you want, and high damage, that's about where you want to space, and it kills at 140, including on its actual true space, just to show. Now, hammer, not much to talk about. Like, you can get 5 frames on that. If they're on the ledge, you can do this 5 frames at high damage. Like, if you're expecting them to come up, do that. And if they have no dodge at that point, it's guaranteed. If I'm not mistaken, if they're coming up. But only if they're coming up. If they're not coming up, they can jump out of this. If I'm mistaken, like, let's go ahead. As you can see, it's jumpable, but that's what makes it pretty useless as a thing outside of ledge. So, this SIG, as you can tell, 12 frame out of D-Light. Not very optimal to just throw this out. You really can't get any combos off either. So keep that in mind. It's a SIG that I've thought of baits with it, but that's just more or less me. Now, side SIG on Greatsword, really good. Probably the underrated SIG. Skip. This SIG, like, end lag is not a thing. This SIG has some end lag, but it also has utilities. Say I'm down here and not using my, made it back, and I only used 1 jump from, and there I was slightly lower. I only needed 2 jumps and the save, so you go really far with it, and you really don't have to worry. Like, let me just show you. That is 8 frames total, so you're actually 7, but still. This is 13 total. Like, you're not gonna obviously have a guaranteed hit, but if they like burn their dodge on the end light, you can guarantee a side SIG. Because it, like, if they burn a new specifically, so like if they like spot dodging, you can do that. Let's say they do this, you can't do anything, as you can see. It's like if you see them, they actually will not have their dodge, and you can charge for slightly longer. Now, another thing is, this actually kills super early. Like, if I go this direction, they could have jumped that, but that's just because I 6 frame. They're dying at 120. It's... They could have jumped that, but I think they would have still gotten hit. They almost die at 110. They die at 110. So, like, let's say you go. You can also... But... So yeah, they... Oh yeah, if you delay it slightly, you can do... Keep that in mind. Okay. So yeah, you can also start, and you saw I hit that 3 frame. Okay, so it's like if they're going to dodge a lot, you expect it. If they like to spot dodge, then you can just do that. Like side sig kills like crazy, and it's crazy on how it beats spot dodges. But if you expect them to jump, you can just Nair or Serum for it. It's like, say you jump react. It's like, obviously, can jump that because, but if you see that, as you can see, you can react, obviously, great sword. So it actually sets up greatly for Magyar, because if he can also do that out of if you jump read. So think that about that too. You can also just go and do that normally. Jumps. Or if they like to jump, say. Okay. Great. But let's say they like to. Oh, let's say they want to do that. You can re-jump out of this, get that sig. Even though this is unjumpable. This is unjumpable. You can also recover, but that doesn't kill anyone. So let's say you want to hit this. You can act. Let's see. You need to walk forward. That's what I'm trying to show. Okay, I've got it. Oh, that was the wrong direction. But like, if you want to kill... No, spacing. As you can see, it's not consistent without walking. Or pivot. Let's say you want to end light. Re-jump. Because... Or you could go end light, D-light. So like that. That's what I was trying to do with the other one. But you can do that. Like they're setting up into it for like jumps. But you can also just, and you notice 100 versus that doesn't kill. But if you do space it right, like that, you do.
Godlike.
So keep that in mind. Great sword on Magyar also has like end light, D-light, and not decent, but let's turn off jump. But you know, that's 8 frame. So like side light. 12. But side light, end light, 8 frame. That's a 12 frame total. And this is on 3 decks, so just keep that in mind as well. A lot of Magyar is understanding your opponent's movement. Hell, that. Okay. So let's say you want to do stuff on Hammer. Hammer, obviously I've shown off that. You can actually side light, like weak side sig, if they like spot dodge, which is highly unlikely, but so that's a niche one. That's obviously niche. But let's say they go off stage, you can actually spike as they're coming out from the wall if they're airborne. So keep. So, yeah, that is actually an important thing to take. Can spike like that. And I know it's not him coming directly up on most of those, but yeah, that's the thing. And you can also mix it up with distance if they like to go out a bit. And you can also mix this up. Hammer recovery. Which I'm really bad at hitting, as you can. But you get the idea. Just slow draw. That. Then you can just get an edge. You can also use this to cover the wall really quickly. That's another thing. And then NSIG, as you know, is an anti-air, but it also is a combo out of the deal. So yeah, and that kills that. I'll even show that it doesn't kill up 1/3 just to show you. Oh no, it kills that 1/3. My bad. And that's on 6 defense attack stand. So keep this in mind. So matching defense does not kill that one. Okay, I made an error. I think I was keeping. Yeah. Delight down there. A lot of people don't know about or don't use it, but it's true. You also have Delight Sare, which I think kills that 40. You also have Delight GC and Light, but you have to space up. Also, Delight Nair you can do from the ground if you're good enough. Like that. Like, Delight just combos straight up into any light attack at certain points. But yeah, this SIG and this SIG probably get the least combo, but they're still useful. Like, you can knock somebody off the stage and chase them with SIG. Like, as you can see, you go all the way chasing. Well, not all the way up. And you can hold that. As you can see, this actually slows your momentum. But usually you're not want to charge more seconds. Also, I just tested. Don't worry about that. I meant to GC. I'm just really bad. And yeah. Now, to get into the frame data. This is the slowest SIG general, I think, out of any of the SIG, so I'll even show. So let's start with SIG. It is the same frame data in ground and have, so I won't show that, but it's the same frame data. It just goes further. Is the difference. Like, and the hitboxes are, and I need to show them, actually. See? Okay. So, first frame you will see, in fact, this. So, this is frame 26, by the way. Really slow on startup. Actually, this might be the slowest SIG. I might side SIG. you can see it's active for, and the hitbox tends to stay like this throughout the entire SIG unless you hit ground. And I think this is 6 frames. Actually, maybe. $11 frames, my. So I was thinking of a different SIG then on the SIG, and you'll notice pretty lag. And once it ends, is here. So it has 20 recovery. So it's frame like 26 with 20 recovery frames. That's pretty slow. As you can, it's not, but as you can see, I start acting. That's how you, it's recovery up and not like cooldown starts while I'm. Here's where start. $18 frames. So this is when I can use the move again. And yeah. This SIG on hit, and this is on miss. On hits. On miss for this SIG, it's, so when I pivot, I think okay. This is when it starts. Okay. And you can crawl for quite a while. $19 frames of startup. I don't know if they actually call start active for 5. Could be 6. 6. Okay. So it's active for 6 frames and $24 frames of 24 recovery. I almost said 24 frames of lag, but we don't use that term in Brawlhalla. End lag is a Smash term that I'm used to, so I call it end lag over recovery frames. But I'm relatively decent at the game. I've tested a lot of stuff, so I've been labbing for a while. I have labbed these, I just haven't double checked my numbers in a while, so this video is going to have more accurate numbers than what I remember. $22 cooldown, frames of cooldown. So yeah, that's on miss. NSIG on miss. Oh, I'm going wrong direction. Can actually tell when I this in a second. That's the first frame, by the way. So the move is frame 19, and this one's more active than side stick, if I remember. Less active. If I'm now. That's 18 frames. My bad. This is the most active. But then you get into cooldown. Here's recovery frame starting here. And this one, pretty laggy. 27. Cool off and 27 recovery. 18 cooldown. Then what are they like on hit? I'm gonna just do this on hit. And they're actually faster on. So I'm gonna go starting from NSIG. Now we are going to actually into where the recovery frames start and where the cooldown starts, because the cooldown actually gets some moves as well. And I think on SIGs it's going to be the exact same. So this is when it starts. So this is when the cooldown recovery frames start. So now, 39 frames, and this is where it looked. Obviously, there's anime, so there's no hitbox, but this would be what people would count as cooldown. No matter what, if there's no hitboxes being thrown out, then it's cooldown. So 39 frames. That does sound slower, but it in fact is. You get launched at around. So you start moving at how many frames in? At 17 frames, I believe. I'm not gonna get that. Then so 14 frames of cooldown, as you could see. And I'm just gonna into there. This is gonna be a lower number. So 24. So 2 frames less. I'm not mistaken. Not much. And that's a SIG. So SIG tend to have a lot more recovery frames and down in the place, and they tend to have identical. Some of them even have recovery frames on it. But they tend to have different cooldowns no matter what. Starting the first frame of cooldown or side SIG on hit. I think it's 16 frames or 17. I could you can double check. I might have counted a little less, but I'm not gonna. And then this, so first frame of recovery. So 21 recovery frames. And then the cooldown starts. Because I doubled up on that. So, yeah. 14 cooldown. You notice those numbers are typically lower. I'm pretty sure the launch, if that's you subtract frames, yeah, it's still about the same recovery frame if you take 7. If that launch actually launches, I would take. So then NSIG, sword, SIG on side SIG on miss. So let's go through each one, and I'm actually going to go through every So you'll know when to start the second. Alright, here's the first frame. So it's frame. So to get the frame data for this, it'll be in. So this is on load, which is what for this. If not a 4 dex, it might be frames. 5 dex, it might be another 1 or 2 frames less. It might be 0 frames. It really depends on the character. So keep that in mind with each sig. The recovery frames and cooldown, so get the actually the startup's the same if I'm not mistaken. The cooldown's the only, and the cooldown and recovery frames are the only things changed if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So 20 frames. So it's frame 21. Active. This is 4. Six. Five frame. Yeah, 5. So 7, 8. 15 for active frame. And I do know the term is active frames. It's interesting. Because Smash players say it's active for this many frames, but active frames is a perfectly fine term, I feel. So it also is short to say than what Smash players say. I know. Coming from somebody who started in Smash and came to Brawlhalla in a somewhat early time, like Greatsword wasn't game and in Scythe not in when I started. So I've been playing. Top of it, we didn't have like most of the Scythe. Mordex wasn't even a game when I started, so it's kind of crazy. Like Nyx was, but Scythe is also a weapon that used to be broken as well. And you look at where it is nowadays, it's perfectly fine. It has like almost 2 separate movesets to its kit. It has like I think 4 moves off from 2 full movesets, basically. And so let's start with the recovery frames on this, because those are important, and this is the first frame of recovery frames. So on miss, I'm just gonna recount. $30 recovery frames on miss. $21. I think if I made an error, it's 22. If I made. Oh. So this is actually the first. Frame 22. 6 frames active frame. 6 active. I didn't start counting. You're gonna see some weird stuff. $29 recovery frames. 21 frames of cooldown. Oh yeah, this is frame 8, by the way. Or something like that. Actually, let me double check. Isn't it? It's like frame. It's something. It's not frame. What am I saying? Okay. This is new. My bad. I said frame 8. It's probably like frame. 16. I said 8. Okay, sorry about that. Ten active frames and then it's inactive for inactive for 11 frames, then it's active for another 6 frames. .4 frames of cooldown. I mean, not cooldown, recovery. 0.4 recovery. .20 cooldown. Now, I'm gonna have. And that is how you feel so weird for yeah. So you'll see a lot where the hip is up. Let's say .38 frames is where it starts long. Yeah, that's a lot of frames. So that is at 63. So 60 total frames where there's no hitboxes on the screen. So a full second of no hitboxes on the screen, or any hitboxes that are and it could be 7. Here. .4. That was 15. No. If not those two, then 30. I'm not counting. Sorry. $14. I listened to how many times I hit it and counted in my head, so yeah. Sometimes I can be a little unreliable, and then there's other times where I'm reliable. Basically, this frame data on this SIG's not bad. Obviously, NSIG and on both weapons, the launch hit might actually just be a launch hit that comes out later that just doesn't box, but active start. That might be what it is, in which case the cooldown is not like 62 or 40 something for this. That would just be absurd if that's, but it feels like that could be a correct. But side sig, a lot of people give it less credit. Like you can act that, and then you can not with like that. That's what I'm saying. It's a slide charge. You can also do that if you expect to go there, or you can slightly like those slide charges are all good. I feel like the best two are SIG. Side SIG definitely issues where you poke in front of you and if you expect them, it would have a, you wouldn't even do it for that long. You'd probably, unless they like expected it, in which case they fast fell. If you expected them to fast fall after threatening them, that would be a good situation to hold it. But that's like super situation. This you can just go out. This, not that. You know, no slide charge. But let's say catch some weird angle, but that's never SIG. Usually SIG is better for it. Or you see this. Oh. Ignore that. That was a misinput. That SIG is better. Like usually those two SIGs are really what you do, unless you are like back and you want to hit them. That's very specific situations where you'd want to do that, but the SIG tends to kill earlier no matter what. So let's go into that off of a stray hit. Now I can actually tell you, Hammer can kill 6 defense on this stage at 100, depending on how long you charge and where you hit. If they're like towards the bottom, like here, 100. If not, 10. So yeah, really good. This SIG for mid stage, I think does 120. No, 140. Right? No, 50. There we go. 150 on this. This SIG, it's straight. We're just, I'll even show you. So D-Light SIG makes it kill it. And then the Great. Used optimally, I think this SIG 60. Okay. So that's
Dominating.
unless I'm mistaken. It might be 1/3. That's one. Yeah, it's one mid stage, which is pretty. So keep that in mind. It kills at 145 stage. That is a strong SIG. Now, side SIG.
Berserk.
If you just immediately let go, doesn't kill till 140. Actually 150. But if you lower it, hold on. Okay, so sorry about that. So if you charge it for long enough, you can get a KO at 140 from. I think this way is actually distance right now. No, it's still 140. But yeah, if you're at like here, it's like 110, 1. And this SIG from like stage pretty strong as well. They're all these, but it's pretty strong. I think this. Check.
Legendary.
Yeah, no, it's close enough to the same that it kills slightly. Let's go. That's an easy way. So here, I'll leave kills at 120. No, 130. That's it. This SIG.
Godlike.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, only if you are. Does it? You can at 110 and get it still. So yeah, keep that in mind. You can be killing at 110 with this SIG, which is insane. The SIG kills, I think, at 1. Yeah. However, if you're not charging a SIG, it kills at 130. Like, I can almost guarantee that. Yeah. Oh, 120. Uncharged. Yeah. Just barely. So. So, like, right at ledge. This SIG, 30 right at ledge. I could probably just. Yeah. So, keep that in mind. This one. Side SIG is definitely the strongest in terms of knockout. But yeah, hammer, SIGs, and BB pretty strong. I'll even show you. We already done that. So going go. So that's 10.
Godlike.
That's right. You'll see it. If I do it right. 100. That's it. At ledge. It's insane. Unkilled. So yeah. Now, for the best stance, probably attack. Dex might have some potential to be best, but I'm pretty sure it's attack over based on there's. But yeah, a lot of notable things and get more. Let me double check what else I wanted to say, because I know there's Discord. Come on. It's always slow when recording. Okay. I remember there was more I wanted to say, so that's going through. Okay. I do need to check his damage he's going to be taking, but that's not going to... Oh yeah. So, like, for frame data, I've already gone that SIGs. I've already shown some of the combos and strings for the SIGs, so basically, in my opinion, I'd say probably attack dex is a one potentially be good. We already know that 180, a lot of stuff will at a defense 180 is where some stuff actually kills him, but I think Delight there actually like he is going to survive slightly. Oh no, Delight. It was like some things kill him later. Like you noticed, I messed up Delight there. Delight there. If I mess it up, he doesn't die. Like this guy takes hits. He can survive one more nuke. But let's say you're actually go to the blast zone. Yes, Delight there didn't go till 140. About Delight in there kills at the average, but like a straight up not kill. Oh, not even. On 7. Tracer. Kills her. He doesn't kill. Maybe. Have to hit. But you're noticing that's not 180. Great hit of Nair. Kills that 180. Say doesn't kill it. As you can see. 140? Yes. But let's see. Oh wait, she's at 140. Let's put no, didn't die. What 110. Say great sword. So I'd say 10. Even when I charge it when it's necessary, he kills at 20 with him. 130 for you? Yeah, still 130. Some things still kill at their things, but you're gonna survive slightly. Yeah. Then all of his honestly the kill setup that him it's going to typically kill him around 100, not 100, 200, 150 at the latest. And his worst stance is stance. That's just his worst. His best sig is probably not even side. This might be his best. Alone. His worst sig probably is. If not, Greatsword and sig. But Greatsword and sig I can justify more uses than just killing, which is why I'm like Greatsword and sig better. It also covers the anti-air that great. Quite like slightly different. Honestly, you should definitely out for the sig. This sig, that sig, you get hit by it. You this sig, definitely want to look out for the light with it. This sig, you're only gonna want it actually going to kill you. On top of it, actually kill. Okay, 130. So keep that in mind. It's 120 for some legends. So this will kill it. Yeah. So on stage, don't even be scared of this. This kills at like 200 on him. 210 on him. So like 200 for some legends. Yeah, you should not be scared of dying to that. To Sig. But Sig doesn't combo into anything. It's too lag. So I would talk about this attack, but taking damage, like here, I'll show you the app. So it's gonna be a much smaller damage. It's 23. Oh, you actually do. Oh yeah, you take those are. So the cooldown is actually on not the damage that you've seen before, the damage after. So just keep that in mind. Personally, I'd say Greatsword's better on him. Like, great. Also, if you didn't know about that. What? That's an interesting thing. Here, let me just down air off the stage. I didn't even know that. I'm gonna try to run. Out. But that's like something I've never seen. That's pretty much it. Most setups are one neutral act. This is long enough.